Good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Virtual Sim League Season 11, round number 11 here for the first round of the America's Cup. And we are here for a special event at Interlagos Brazilian Grand Prix, double point and 100% race. Should be a very exciting one. I'm looking forward to it. Probably going to have no voice by the end of it, but, you know, it's going to be all for entertainment. My name is Jess Ball, your commentator this evening. Mike is going to be covering Tier 2 tonight, so that is why I'm on my lonesome. But, yeah, it's been a great season so far. A couple of weeks ago, we finished Formula Euro Open because there has been many championships as well as the overall one. But the mini championship, the Formula Euro Open, it ended off as follows, and it all came down to the wire. Mata won that one, so he's got an additional 10 points added to his overall standings. Casper finished that in second. Glot was in third. Enzo got quite unlucky in Portugal, where we were last time out, and only was leading the championship going into it. But now he drops down to fourth place. Yarham in fifth. Gav was in sixth. Then we got Flexi, Nick, Leroy, and Europe making up your top 10. So what does that do to the overall standings then? So, Glock leads the overall standings still. It's still quite close between himself and Casper. Both of them, I believe, are here tonight. 163 points to Casper's 140. Mata in third at 120, as well as Andreas. Obviously, Andreas is not racing in the championship anymore. Enzo in fifth on 87 points. And then we've got Yarham on 78. Tony on 64. Gareth on 63.5, Nick on 58, and Leroy on 53. So that is the overall championship standings. I did have the teams, but I forgot to put it on my streaming software earlier. But anyway, Mercedes are currently leading on 233 points. McLaren on 179, Ferrari on 150, Williams on 143. Red Bull 137, Alpine on 130, AlphaTauri on 101, Aston Martin on 55, Alfa Romeo on 50, and Haas on 35. So I'm going to explain how tonight is going to go, because it's going to be a completely different situation. And I'll go through your running order today as well, because we know who is racing and who's not. So, reverse championship order. There's going to be no qualifying. It's going to be no qualifying at all. And it's going to be in this order. So, so obviously all the full-time drivers will be reversed, and then everybody else will be reserved. So here we go. So Speed Knighton will be starting on pole position with Waity alongside him on the front row. Leroy will be in third position. Nick will be in fourth. Gav will be in fifth spot. Mata in sixth. Casper in seventh. Glock in eighth. Shadow in ninth. Lakitu in 10th. Jinx in 11th. And Twisted in 12th. And then we got a few more reserves added to that list as well. So, yeah, that is the order I'll be starting with. A normal one-stop race, but double points. So, 25 points for a win usually. Or if they win tonight, it is 50 points, which is absolutely massive towards their championships. If anyone is here who's not here tonight, they're going to be in a spot of bother, because they're going to be losing out on a lot of points. And don't forget, top 12 in VSL score points. And this is a reminder of the well, I did have the calendar on me, but I don't know where it's gone. That is very weird that I didn't have the calendar. I will try and find that, because I thought I did have it. I need to get Drive open. Yes, I had Google Drive shut because I'm an idiot. Idiot me. So hopefully it will show up soon and I can show you the races that we got. So, of course, we got Brazil, which is situated Sao Paulo and Interlagos, was first built in 1970. But there we go. got the calendar for you. So we're starting at Brazil tonight, 100% race, double point race, as I was saying. Then we got Miami next week. Then we go to Canada, and then we finish off the season on Las Vegas. And by Las Vegas, we will have a overall season champion. Will it be Glock? Will it be any of the ones who won their mini championships? Or will it be someone different? We'll find out in 4 races time as well. And it just makes sure that it is wide open this way with having a mini championships plus the overall one as well. And this race can be tail decided for some people. If they don't do as well in this race, then it could knock them out of championship contention, which is not what we want. I think some of them are out of championship contention already, but there we go. So we are about to hopefully get underway very shortly. I did start a bit early just so I can get a bit of background going in terms of obviously the races coming up left next, and then who is starting where in the order today. So tyres, well, they're going to be the C4s, the C3s and the C2s today. Softs can last up to 32 laps, from optimally having about 27-28 laps. We'll have a look at the track. So the track is 4.309 kilometers long, 2.677 miles, and it is 72 laps, 152 kilometers. It's a 50% race distance. The fastest lap record set by Valtteri Bottas back in 2018, 1:10.540. It has 2 DRS zones, one heading towards turn 3 and 4, and then one towards the start finish straight. And they've got to be wary of the detection zone. So this track is situated 9 miles from the city centre of Sao Paulo, and it's been pretty much planned going back to the 1920s. And Brazil's history with motor racing began in around about 1934, and then it held a street race in 1936, but it didn't go down very well. The original circuit used to be 7.960 kilometers long, and it originally had 26 turns. Imagine if the drivers racing tonight would have to race around there. That would be quite difficult. And now it's obviously shortened to the one we know today. And this was the same year it was introduced, Brazil, which was the country that had their first Brazilian F1 World Champion, and that was Carlos Ritterman, and it was a non-championship round that they won as well. In 96, there were a few modifications to the circuit. And in 1999, the circuit was modified once more, and the track lost the chicane at the end of the back straight, and some corners were reprofiled again. Then it was resurfaced back in 2007, with the pit entrance also being slightly altered to improve safety. And then there were some new runoff areas back in 2015, and again the track service and also repaved and improved again. And did you know Interlagos, meaning between 2 lakes? So there we go. That is what it means, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully you know a bit more about that. So difficult parts of the circuit, I have to say Veradura, turn 6 and 7. They have to balance their speed and grip a lot throughout those corners. And also Pico de Pato, turn 10, hard braking and late turning, and a very sharp apex as well. Also, Sennares is quite easy to pretty much get penalties around there. It is named after, of course, Mr. Ayrton Senna. And this was a track also where we saw Ayrton Senna winning his home Grand Prix back in 1991. He led by a small margin on the first 50 laps of the race. His gearbox failed later on and he was forced to fight his car whilst he was losing gears, and he still held on to the victory. 2.9 seconds, which I have to say was quite crazy. So hopefully the teams and the drivers here tonight will remember their setups, of course. And thank you to those of you that have joined us here tonight. If you are liking the action, please remember to subscribe and hit that bell if you are new. Follow us on Twitter at VSL_F1. Also on Instagram as well, of course, at VSL_F1. And we also got a rally Twitter as well. We're hosting a rally league soon. It's not that long until obviously the WRC game launches. It's at VSL_rally, and more information about that is on that Twitter account. You can also follow me on Twitter if you want to. You don't have to, but you can follow me at JessGames95. Don't be confused, of course, by my my PSN name, which is Jess Gamer. And we're almost on 200 subs, so if you are someone that has not subscribed to the channel yet, where have you been? Please subscribe. It will be great to get to 200 subscribers by the end of the stream. And please do share the love. There are some new drivers here tonight, some reserves. And I'd like to say thank you to those of you who did offer to race tonight. Much appreciated, because otherwise we wouldn't have had a stream tonight. So you can thank some of the drivers here tonight for having a stream in the first place. I may have to pop out every so often because obviously my voice will probably keep going and I'll need to hydrate a lot, especially due to it being a 100% race. I've never commentated on a 100% race by myself before, so it's pretty much an endurance race in itself. But yeah, it's going to be fun. A lot of the drivers said that they were looking forward to this race this evening. And we will try and get some entertainment. There is bound to be safety cars around it, as we are going to get going with the formation lap. And tyres now, tyre progression different with 100% races. So it should be interesting there. So let's have a look. I don't want telemetry open. I'll have it open later because I'm by myself. So we have got Speed Knighton on the softs, Waitsy on the medium tyres. We've got Leroy on the mediums, Nick on the mediums, Gaff on the mediums, Matter on the softs, Casper on the mediums, Glock on the softs, who is our current overall championship leader. The Kitu on the mediums, Jinx on the softs, Twisted on the mediums, and we've got Finney on the mediums, Ali B on the mediums, Jack on the mediums, Laser on the hards, and Overwatch on the mediums. So that just gives you a quick rundown of what the tyres are going to be. Have no idea about what the strategy is, but Finley is saying that he's forgot to put his setup on. So I did say, don't forget to put a setup on, and then someone forgets to put a setup on, which is kind of a bit annoying in a way, if you think about it. I've done that a few times in previous games, and boy oh boy, running the default setup is not the best, I have to say. So I thought it was 72 laps. I was wrong. It was 71 laps. So we're about to get underway as Pete is going to be leading the field to their grid slots. And it's more than likely going to be a 2-stop race. You can do 2 softies if you want to, but I would advise you to do the two mediums and 1 soft, or a soft, medium, soft strategy. Now, a few disqualifications, which is not ideal, but we should be getting going soon. Not the first time that VSL is racing around Brazil. And I'm going to get my game sound enabled, because you can hear it, but I can't. There we go. And it's going to be a long hold. Everyone has got to their grid slots, hopefully. And we may have got a formation lap glitch. Now, that is why in some leagues we don't run formation lap, because stuff like this happens. And what the formation lap glitch is someone goes to their grid slot and it won't let them go into it, and the car just goes and just pretty much disqualifies them. And then it just gets stuck in a time loop in a way as well. So we'll find out what's happening. We'll need to find out who's causing it. Might be someone's internet that's causing it. I think we may need to turn the formation lap off, so we will most likely get a lobby restart. That is not the best way to start the stream, but I think Laser thinks that it's him, so he's going to try and disconnect. And if it is, I'm worried he's going to retire him though if he disconnects. Oh, we are going then. We are going. So 5 red lights are on, hopefully, for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Anytime today. Game. I was getting so hyped up for nothing. And the cameras, by the way, are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely awful. Oh, there we go. It was Laser. 5 red lights are on. And we are racing here in this league. And it's a good start from both Knighton and Waitsy, but Waitsy gets a good getaway initially. Late, unfortunately, the game retires someone after they lead the session, as someone has gone very wide in towards the centre S's earlier on as well. But Nick's had a good start. Is it Nick leading? I think it is. I think he must have had a good start or something. Oh, I wonder if the order's just like switched around or something. Hopefully it's not desync in any way. Yellow flag, or I wonder if it was Waity that went off a little bit. So I think we are okay. Yeah, we are okay. But it is Nick in first. Well, I think it is. Pete in second, Leroy in third, Matter fourth, and Glock in fifth spot. And a few people dropping way down the orders. Twisted dives up the inside in towards Jung Sao. Laser's not going to be very happy, by the way, that he's realised that he's retired, but nothing more that we can do, unfortunately, with that one. As we've got some side-by-side action. Glock on the inside of Matt heading towards turn number 1 then. Can he keep his cool and calm his nerve? As we got Nick and Pete fighting once again. As Pete gets the lead back. So Pete, your pole sitter, is leading once again. But Glock's already caught up to third place. He started very lower down because obviously he is your championship leader. So that is really amazing to see that he's climbed up quite a bit. Casper trying to do the same round the outside and towards turn number 6. But Gareth gets the cut back in towards turn 7. Round the outside they go. Going down. This is a really difficult sequence of corners to get your teeth into with these drivers, especially with the amount of laps that we've got. Got the Alfa Romeo of Overwatch in this as well. He's gained quite a few places. We'll keep an eye on track positions as they develop. And it's quite sunny here at the moment, as the sun is pretty much setting very nicely in Brazil currently. I was confused as to which Williams is where at the moment, but looks like I'm back where I am at the moment, as waiting now up into 10th spot. He's going 3 wide in the centre S's, by the way, with the lights. Oh, almost had a bit of a squirmy with the likes of Jack and Twisted. Twisted is in 9th spot, but look at this. Wait, it looks like it is desynced a little bit for me, because there was an Alfa Romeo fighting, or it might just be just me. It might be just me imagining things, but there we go. Oh, it was Casper and Overwatch. That's why, because there were so many cars going round. But anyway, Twisted going on the right-hand side of Jax once again. Leroy pretty much being the buffer here, but Leroy going to try and defend for its life on a Twisted. Twisted's like, no, thank you very much. You're not having 8th place from me, sunshine. As DRS is now enabled. The one that could take advantage is Glock as he goes on the right-hand side of Nick into turn number 1. sets the fastest lap of the race so far. And keeping it very tidy and clean as he's up into P2. Bearing in mind the sauce can die quite quickly. So it's all about how they manage it. And now Pete has got a prancing Glock right behind him. And it's going to be a big train forming very soon because we've got the Formula Euro Open winner of Mata right behind him as well. And we do know Jinx from previous seasons as well. Welcome back, Jinx. Jinx is known to be very quick on his day. And when he goes on to a softer compound of tyre, he really starts to shine and pull in the gap. But he's not quite where he needs to be at the moment in the race lead yet. So he's got probably going to play the patient game currently. But let's watch Glock. And we'll keep an eye on their ERS usage as well because I'm on my own. As 17% used for Glock as he makes his way down the start-finish straight in towards turn 1. Can he get past Pete? Yes, he can. Up into P1. But Pete is going to have the DRS heading towards turn 3. And he's got quite a bit of battery to use. But Glock having the pace advantage on Knighton there. And bearing in mind as well, it does burn a lot of fuel, I've noticed as well in these 100% races. So hopefully these drivers have put the right amount of fuel in. As Jinx, great move from from Jinx. I only just caught obviously the aftermath of that move being made from the Haas driver, but he's already up into 4th place. Let's look at positioned changes. So we've got Glock who's up 7. Oh, I was on board with the wrong Mercedes then. Oh my goodness. Right. So Glock is up 7 spots. Pete is down 1. Nick's up 1. Jinx is up 6. Matt is up 1. Overwatch up 10. Casper staying where he is. Twisted up 3. Jack up 5. Waitsy down 8. Leroy down 8, Gav down 7, Ali B stayed where he was. Leroy down 2 and Lakitu down 6. So around about half the grid has pretty much gained the positions. And let us know where you're watching from in the chat and who you're rooting for as well. I do have more time to read the chat tonight because there may be some moments of the race where it can get just a little bit quiet. So bear with. As Glock pulling away ever so slightly, almost pretty much in the range that he needs to make sure nobody in 2nd place gets that DRS. And it's going to be that 1 second margin. It's going to be close, but I think Pete is just going to about to gain that DRS, which is not going to help Nick at all, but he's going to try and do it anyway. We'll see how much downforce they've got on the car, because you'll need a low downforce in some corners, but you'll need a higher downforce, especially when it gets to the technical stages of the circuit. And Nick's going to use his DRS, and he's got plenty more battery than Pete has. And the memes are starting to come at him in towards turn number 4. Of to see the Largo. Here he goes, up into 2nd spot. And don't forget, these guys only had a few hours notice that they're going to race, some of them, because they are reserves at the end of the day. So some guys have not had much time to practice. And they will get rewarded if they finish top 12, of course. Will score double points. So if you finish 12th, you get 2 points. If you win, you get 50 points. Which could make or break your championship. As all going to be a late move from Jinx to the left-hand side of Jung Sao. Heading towards the start-finish straight now. Can Jinx have the line he needs to still keep the DRS in towards turn number 1? I think Pete could have the DRS here. Which I think... Yeah, Pete still has the DRS. And Jinx is up into 3rd place. But for how much longer? We've got the 2 Red Bulls. They could be doing some team tactics, but we'll watch Pete first. Pete now has the upper hand. You can see Jinx is running out of battery. Pete's not going to go for the late lunge this time round. He knows there's not going to be much space for him. And we'll look at everybody else's batteries as well. Overwatch is on 21% of battery. Casper's on 76. Casper doesn't need to use much until he knows he could get past the driver. Because he knows he has the pace to manage his ERS without it. And he does underfuel on purpose, because I know he underfuels, but he does get that to the end. He finds a way to consume his fuel more easily and just have the pace. I just wish I had that. I just wish I could run less fuel and then still have the pace, really. But I can't. So, moves being made as Overwatch to the inside of turn number 1. Mata is choosing not to fight this one, but he's got a beautiful run in towards turn number 3 then. DRS open. Mata on a charge. Is he going to think about going left? No, he's not going to go left here. And there are some patient drivers in our midst currently at the moment, which is great to see. Keeping it calm and collected. As Nick's at a moment. So Nick, who was fighting for P2, is now dropped down into 7th place. And that is not what you want for the Williams driver. And he's got Twisted for company as well. So that is absolutely gutting for him. And I'm going to try and get my phone to good use as well. Yellow flag. That might have been Jax's spun, but I might be wrong there. I might be wrong. Anyway, Casper is now looking to launch on attack. This time on Mata once again. And Casper going for maybe Overwatch as well. And Pete has lost quite a few places in the process. So Pete now drops down into 6th spot. Now, Red Bulls were expected to do well this circuit, as we've got Jax, who's spun in towards Center S. So that leaves Casper being the sole only McLaren currently on circuit with his medium tyres. But he's chasing down Overwatch, and Overwatch can sense that there could be changes. We can't use all of it to defend on Casper, because you never know, he may be attacking him later on in the race. Well, lap 10 of 71, still anything can happen. And Jinx, no pressure from him in second, but he's got a big gap between himself and Glock for P1. They have been rivals before. And it's nice to see that rivalry grow and grow as well. Oh, that was Casper once again, this time on Overwatch. Nicely done. Nicely done. Didn't have to think about that move. He likes these moves like that. But is Overwatch going to go side by side in towards turn 6? No, not quite. We have seen people going side by side through there. For some drivers, it has worked out. For some drivers, it has not. As we've got Jax that has gone into the pit lane. So, Jax has come out of the pit lane and he has gone on to, I think, a set of the hard. Nope, he's gone for a set of the medium compound of tyres to last for quite a bit. He's probably going to stretch those mediums just for a bit longer than expected with the battery that he's got as well, because tyre wear can be a massive factor. Let's watch Casper once again in 4th spot. Couldn't get past Overwatch this time around. A great fight between the two. Love the mixture of strategies. The ones on the soft struggling more with the likes of Matter and Knighton, but with Glock and Jinx, they are pretty much proving the soft one is wrong. They are proving that they can manage their softs effectively, or maybe they're just quick drivers at the end of the day. As I'm looking at Jinx's overtake right now, and we've got Jinx going into the pit lane for an early stop. Oh no! Jinx has got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh dear, oh dear. Now, that is not going to be good for him. Mata has had a moment through turn 1. So he's been dropped into 10th. I don't think he's got any damage so far. So I think he should be fine. But Jinx goes on to a fresh set of softs. So he's getting his soft stint done earlier. So soft, medium. So I'm guessing he may need to pretty much pit quite a few more times in this race and do pretty much 2 long medium stints. And with the beauty of the 100% race, it's going to be multiple strategies to keep an eye on, as Jack is out of the race. And since he's retired in the pit lane, it looks like that means we have got no safety car. And that brings a sigh of relief for Glock in P1 currently. Nick, by the way, has fought his way back up into P5. Pete has fought his way back up to P4. And they're having a bit of a scrap once again, but this time for the latter half of the top 5. Nick holds on to Pete for quite a bit here. I have to say, Pete's softs are still responding, so maybe he was saving a bit of tyre life earlier on in the race, and now he's like, you know what, I'm going to push. But he knows he's got Twisted right behind him, and the traction that he's got in the corners is just a lot better. So yeah, it might be the optimal pace starting to lose here. And we got the DRS used by Overwatch on Casper, maybe. This time he couldn't do it. Knighton on Nick, he can't do it either. But I think he's going to have another go. He's going to have another go, even though he's on 10%. He's going to have another go. If I was him, I would go for it now. I think Nick's got a sense where Pete has got to go. And looks like Pete did not want to challenge Nick on this occasion. But this fight can go on for a bit longer, as Nick has had a bit of a spin. And I pretty much started talking at the wrong moment, didn't I? As Nick spun again in the grass. It is, I've done it. I think on the last game, I did that as well. So don't worry, Nick, if you're watching this. I've done that many a times. So Glock comes into the pit lane, and he's going to go on to a set of the medium tyres. So the top 4 staying out with Casper leading, but he's not your net race leader. We'll see where Glock comes out in relation to the ones that are pitted. So we've got to keep an eye on the Haas driver of Jinx here. So here is Jinx. And obviously has to do a lot better in this race than they are in real life, as Glock just about comes out ahead. But Jinx is going to have the warmer tyres, so challenge will be his. Gav has left the session. Hopefully he can join back soon, but... And a bit of a love tap for Jinx there. Heading towards turn number 7. Hopefully no contact made there. Being very brave. Almost a bit of synchronized spinning. How on earth do they keep it on the road? I have to say, it's pretty incredible. So, great job to them. Nick has left the session as well. Oh, no. Hopefully that's... Because we've already had, like, 3 drivers disconnect. Hopefully we don't have the same issue as we had in Baku. Where there was a PSN outage. But Overwatch comes in for set up the softs. So he's doing an interesting strategy as well. So where would he come out? Glock's going to be ahead, obviously. And so is Jinx. So he's going to be a net P3 right now. And I know Casper wanted to stay out longer anyway, as Speed Knighton gets past Twisted. Past in towards... I can't remember what turn number it is. It's just so similar. And I might have to send people invites, you know. So, as a bit of a love tap once again for Twisted. Yes, I will have to send some people some invites. So I will do that now. Luckily, I do have them both added on my PSN. So I will give them an invite to the lobby. As Pete comes in to the pit lane. And I'm guessing he's going to go on mediums. Damaged front wing. So he must have damaged his front wing somewhere. So yes, Pete has gone on mediums. 7.4 seconds is the gap. Casper doing a great job. And by the way, Nick and Gaff, if you are watching, I have sent you invites, by the way. As Overwatch gets past the AI car of Nick. And wait to see, got himself a 3-second time penalty. I did say time penalties can provide a bit of an interesting predicament in this race. And it's definitely showing it at the moment. Luckily, Gareth has just joined. So I think Nick should join soon as well. Oh, it's going to be 3 wide heading towards turn number 1. We've got Glock, Jinx, and Waitsy. And we've got Matter, who could be on the back of this as well. But these 4 keep squabbling. And Leroy is in this as well. A bit of a wiggle from Glock. Waitsy and Jinx side by side. Don't forget, Waitsy's still yet to box. Jinx has boxed. And he goes for a late lunge through turn number 4. And then heading towards turn number 5 they go. And into 6, through 7. And Jinx doing a great job keeping P5 in his sight. And he could get past 2 cars here. He's past Leroy. Is he going to get past Glock now? That is the question. Through the final sector as he heads towards Jung Sao. I think that's how you name the corner. As a 5% battery, so Jinx hasn't got much battery to use up. More stoppers. We've got Twisted is in. And I think I did see someone come into the pits as well. So Jinx going to use his battery once more. He's going to lose all of his energy. He doesn't care. He's going to try and send it anyway. To the left-hand side. Through 4. Up the hill. Through 5. It'll be tight if he can make it. Banging wheels once again. To the outside. Jinx. Can he keep it there? Oh, my goodness. This is now biting racing between the two of them. Let me go on the off-board shot here. I think cornering speed is ever so crucial. You've got to be oh so confident to just whack it into a corner, which, to be honest, I don't have that confidence yet. As trying to use that apex to full effect here. As we're on lap 21 of 71 this race. I might get another drink in a minute, but there's just so much action going on, I have to stay here for a moment. And Jinx realised that his time is up. So he is coming in into the pit lane to change his tyres once more. And it's going to be, I think, 2 more medium stints. Oh, is it a 5-second penalty? It is a 5-second penalty. That's not good. Here comes Glock. The Mercedes driver. For those of you that were watching the Qatar Grand Prix in real life, you probably know that the Mercedes had a bit of problems at the start. Luckily, no such calls right now. And Ali B, by the way, who's reserving tonight, he's in the 11th. He's going to be chasing down Twisted sooner or later as well. So we will watch out for his pace and see if it's consistent. Meanwhile, Gareth is back in the session. He's been fighting with Speed Knighton for P8 on the road. Now, Gareth hasn't stopped. Pete has. So I would expect Pete on the fresher tyres to get past him. And with the better battery and DRS as well. Mata is in then. So fair play to Mata, by the way. Because he was on those tyres for around 21 laps. But I think he realised that there was no way that the softs were going to last that long. So Pete stays in 7th spot. And Gav drops down a little bit. I wonder... Now, maybe it'll be good to get some predictions in at the voice chat. I thought not voice chat, YouTube chat. Same realm, like you want to chat or something like that. But anyway, when do you think the medium runners are going to be thinking like, you know what, I'm going to pit? Now, some people, I don't think anyone in this lobby is going to be trying to no-stop, because if anyone tries to no-stop around, the one-stop, actually, if anyone tries the one-stop, then they're probably going to die and they're probably going to get a puncture. 2-stop, more than likely. 3-stop if they get, well, very unlucky and have to pit early, which is sometimes usually me. But I've hardly ever done any 100% races. To be honest, I would die doing 100% races. That's why, obviously, I mainly do 50% races. So, we're pretty much almost half race distance. We've got 10 laps to go until we reach that mark. And by the way, let me just check. Are we on 200 subs yet? Let me see. No, we are not on 200 subs. So, if you haven't already, guys, make sure you leave us a like and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell if you're new. Jinx, by the way, gets past Ali B up into 10th spot, but he does have a time penalty looming. So we've got to have that added at the end of the race. No safety cars so far, but knowing me, there will probably be a safety car on soon, so I don't want to jinx it too much. Speed Knighton picks up a time penalty as well. The ones that have been out for a very long time will pray for a safety car to come out, because that would help him, especially Casper. Overwatch is your net race leader, but he will have to pit way earlier than Glock will. And it will be the question on whether the overcut works well in Glock's favour, because it seems to have worked in some of Glock's scenarios in this race. And you never know, we haven't had any complaints in the Discord on whether it was going to rain. As I think we got someone lapped, actually. Or is it? Yep, it is Finley, I believe, being lapped already, which is a bit of a shame to see him struggle. As Nick, being under pressure from Twisted and Knighton once more, Twisted up into 6th, and Twisted and Pete going side by side through turn 2 and 3. Be careful to not go too much into the exit curve, because otherwise you would not end up in a pretty place, I can tell you that. And most drivers are keeping it calm, actually, as Gav comes in for his first stop. So he's one of the first ones who started on the medium tyre, and is going to be going on to another set of the medium. They do have to use the same they have to use a different tyre compound in the race. And just a quick reminder for those of you who just joined us, welcome to Virtual Sim League's Tier 1 round number 11 Brazilian Grand Prix, and we usually do 50% races. However, it is going to be a 100% race, which is happening right now. So make sure that you stay tuned for all of the VSL goodness, because you're going to love it. Yellow flag, that was, I think, one of the Mercedes. That was Lakitu. Yeah, it is Lakitu, who had, I think, a bit of a mare. So I wonder if he's going to come in soon, because he's been on those tyres for 23 laps. No, B staying out as well, so he's not going to do a gaff. He is going to be stretching out for a little bit longer. Again, wouldn't it be amazing if we get to see the tyre wear? Please? The tyre wear would be lovely. Thank you, game. Because then we would know which drivers are struggling and which drivers are not. And I think Casper's going to have the edge sooner rather than later on Overwatch. You can see Overwatch's tyres is dead with the way he's driving them. And with Casper on 26 lap old mediums, he's doing a great job with that currently. As Jinx try to go up the inside. Oh, they both made contact. They both made contact, unfortunately. But that's not what caused the yellow flag. Ali B, I believe, has caused the yellow flag heading towards sector 1. Now, since the battles are quieting down a little bit, I'm going to top up my drink and give my voice a little bit of a break for a while, because obviously it's going to be a while. So, I will see you in a bit. Welcome back to VSL F1, and I've just witnessed a battle I just came back to, and I can't believe I did not commentate on it, which is very annoying. But Twisted having a nice battle with Waitsy on 27-lap-old mediums compared to Twisted 8-lap-old softs, and it was great because I think they were side by side. Luckily, the stream caught that, so hopefully you were able to enjoy that as Waitsy comes into the pit lane as we're about to start soon. Lap 30 of 71 as Finley is out of the race and he's retired in the pit lane. So we are down to 13 drivers. For those of you that just joined us, this is our special event of the overall season, and to kick off the America's Cup, we have got an American Cup starting, which consists of Brazil, Miami, Canada, and Las Vegas. As oh no, Overwatch, who has not made any mistakes all race, and he has lost it, and his softs are gonna give up the ghost, unfortunately, so he has to come in. So for some people, 13, 14 laps is what is the most that they can manage on a set of the soft tyres. Now Casper has set the fastest lap on the soft tyres. He remains in second, so whilst I was on my little bit of a break there, he went into the pit. I was gonna say, as I was saying, I was gonna say you went into the pit lane, but my game decided to crash on me all of a sudden. Yay! Oh, no, that's not good at all. So, I was gonna talk to you about Casper really closing in and him benefiting on his soft tyre run, but luckily I've got an invite anyway, so hopefully I should be able to come in soon. And this is the time where I usually throw to my co-com to do some radio comms, but we can't do that. We can't do that. Oh, Gareth returned the favour on me. Thank you, Gareth. Much appreciated. I don't know why my PS5 crashed on me. It is PS5s must be having a mare today. Either connection or something else.